So I didn't want to write this book because no one wants to really talk about the Ten Commandments a whole lot. I was really interested in the Ten Commandments because I can't believe that these rules that God gave thousands of years ago we're still struggling with, but there's still such good boundaries and such good obedience and still bring us closer to being Christ-like people in a world that's not. And so I didn't want to write this book. It's much more fun to write a book about how God wants to give you a bunch of money or something. That's much more interesting. But I just couldn't stop studying and learning about the Ten Commandments. And the more I learned that the Ten Commandments are God's rules of love because we're his people. He calls us to be different. And when he does that, he gives us the plan of how to do that. He gives us the plan of how to live as his people in a chaotic world that would have us living in sin. And then we see through all that, we see Jesus, who not only kept the commandments perfectly, but who redeems us in forgiveness. And through all that, we understand our stories better. We understand God. And most of all, we understand Jesus' sacrifice for us. And when I started to get into that, I was like, yeah, this is a message that needs to get out there. This is important for women to read. I didn't mind telling people I was writing a book on the Ten Commandments then because I could tell them this is a book about God's love, which is really what it's all about.